Alright, message to myself from when I was 15. Here we go. I got no notes prepared, just going from the top of my head. Sure, I'll miss stuff, but that's okay. If I do this in the future, I'll definitely think about doing notes, because I think other time periods are a lot more important. Not that when I was 15, that was a very pivotal, life-defining time, but it wasn't as important as other parts, I think. But it very much was the beginning of the start of my change. Before I was 15, 14 and below, I was pretty much the same person. I was very innocent, and I was a kid. I dealt with a lot of things, but I was still a kid. When I was 15, that kind of started to change. I started to become an adolescent, for real. So, this is my message to myself when I was 15. So, oh boy. Well, I don't know who I would be messaging quite. I guess a good point would be when I'm in my relationship at the time with a girl named Emily. I think that's probably who I would be addressing. And that was towards the end of me being 15. So, I guess that's who I'm talking to. But, there's a lot to say. Boy. Well, at the start of your year, as 15, you are very dorky. You're very isolated. You don't really have friends. And you look at people a lot and you think, I wish I had them as a friend. You hear people talk a lot and you get interested in their conversations, but you don't have the strength to say, hey, I like that too, or, oh, I know what you're talking about, or, I love that band, or, I love that TV show. I watch it all the time. I'm caught up. Yeah, I know when that character died in that show, that was crazy, right? You don't have that strength yet to say those things. You don't have the confidence. You don't have. It's mostly confidence, but you think you're just socially awkward. You think it's who you are, that you don't have the power to say those things. You think you've always been this way, but it's not true. If you looked back when you were in elementary school, you were a very social person, arguably popular at times. I would say in 4th and 5th grade, you were, even 3rd grade, maybe even 2nd grade, 1st grade, really 1st through 5th grade, you were a very popular person. Lots of people liked you, lots of people talked to you. You were very popular. You had people over at your house all the time. You were a very, very interesting person to people, and you were very outgoing and confident and social, incredibly intelligent, and thoughtful. You had hobbies. You were very driven. You did incredibly well in school, and that followed you. Um, your passion in school followed you through middle school and freshman year and into sophomore year, where you're at now. But you lost sight of your social ability because you lost it in middle school, and you think to yourself all the time, I can't get it back. I can't get it back. I can't, it's been so long, like I can't talk to people anymore. It's impossible. I've spent the past 3 years in isolation. I can't talk to people. I don't know how. And you keep telling yourself these things. And it's really a tragedy that you think that. That you think that you are unable to speak up. That you've lost all confidence to the point of thinking that you can't even speak anymore to people. You have classmates all year long and you don't speak a word to them. That's really disturbing. And you know all their names. You know their hobbies. You're very observant. You know their hobbies, the TV shows they watch. You know a lot of things about them because you pay attention to every word that people say. But you don't have the confidence to actually speak up and say you like those things too, or you dislike those things, or you think they're cool and you should hang out with them. You don't have that confidence at all, and that's incredibly disturbing. Half those people don't even know your name in the class. They don't know who you are because you've never spoken up. The only time you speak up is when you're doing a project and have to work with somebody, or when you have to present something to the class is the only times you speak, or when you're called out to answer a question. But besides that, you don't speak to anyone else. And in the beginning of you being 15, you started to open up to people and you wanted to change, and it got you nowhere. Your version of trying wasn't enough. You were too uncomfortable and you didn't try hard enough. As brutal as that is, you didn't try hard enough. You wanted to, but you didn't. You made one friend in freshman year. You had 2 friends in the background that weren't in class with you.